I've, over time, I've very carefully tried to understand the issues involved with saving money and the value of money. And I think you'll notice that the concept of inflation that you've seen today is a big problem with saving money. And some general concepts. The first general concept is it is nice to save money. If you have saved money, you're in more danger of your money becoming less worthless or of less value as time goes on. And in some cases, if you've managed to invest your money into something which is its value is independent of the currency, that is one method to avoid devaluation. But at the same time, anything that you own needs to be in some way secured or protected from any statistical damage, either intentional or non-intentional. So my conclusions are that the effect of governmental overspending is devaluation of currency and potential loss of credit ability to other nations. And generally speaking, the more inefficient a government is, the more inflation would then increase. So it was noticed that there'd be a problem with COVID because COVID may be a very good excuse for an inefficient government to disguise the effect of an inefficient government, which is in fact inflation, because the inflation is the measure of a government which is inherently spending too much. So in order to really avoid these problems with devaluating currency, it's either essential to somehow convert your currency assets into currency independent assets, or have, for example, a pension which is adjusted to market value, which really isn't the case, but isn't the case for federal employees, for example. So basically, these factors of of a large national debt, and potentially, I don't know how the interest works with banks. If the banks in fact own the world, I don't know the specifics of if we're in fact paying certain banks somewhere, or the interest of our debts. Maybe that's the case, and in fact, that would be a good reason why the prime rate would be so low, because the actual country is attempting to limit its payments on a debt by lowering that rate. So I think maybe that's what's going on there, but it has been a problem in the past. So I think what might be happening that people don't really understand is that these mechanisms are making it so the governments you choose are really a choice in where the resources, the economic resources, are going to be in the nation, because they wind up working for different groups in the nation as per these choices about independence from the currency. So it's like in my personal struggle, I've been over this very carefully, and I've come to the conclusion that it might not be that smart to be a awesome saver. Awesome saving, awesome monetary saving may not be the most clever thing. I always say about Buddhism in the middle way that there is something to be said for some not being absolute or not being crazy.